Good morning everyone. I am Dr. Meenal Chaudhary, Assistant Professor from Obs and Gynec Department. Today we will discuss about infertility. First, the definition of infertility. Failure to conceive within a 1 or more year of regular unprotected coitus. It's called infertility. It may be divided into primary and secondary infertility. Primary infertility is those patients who have never conceived, and the secondary infertility indicates previous pregnancy but failure to conceive subsequently. We will discuss about the two nomenclatures, fecundability and fecundity. What is a fecundability? The probability of achieving pregnancy within one menstrual cycle is called fecundability. In healthy young couple, it is about 20%, and fecundity is probability of achieving a live birth within a single cycle. The difference between is achieving a pregnancy and achieving a live birth. Now the incidence, 80% of the couple achieve the conception if they so desire within 1 year of having a regular intercourse with adequate frequency. It is a 4 to 5 times a week. Another 10% will be achieve the objective by end of the second year, and 10% remain infertile by the end of the second year. Now the cause of infertility. Male is directly responsible in about 30 to 40% of the cases, female in about 40 to 55% of cases, and both are responsible in about 10% of cases. Remaining 10% is unexplained. Now the male infertility cause is divided into pre-testicular, testicular and post-testicular causes. Pre-testicular causes are first endocrine, gonadotropin deficiency, obesity, thyroid dysfunction, hyperprolactinemia is the most common one. Then the psychosexual, erectile dysfunction and impotence, drug-induced are the antihypertensive drug, antipsychotic drug, and genetic, 47XXY, Y chromosome deletion and single gene mutation. Now the testicular causes are immotile cilia syndrome, Carter-Jenner syndrome, cryptorchidism, infection, mumps, orchitis, toxins like drug, smoking and radiation, varicocele, immunological factors, Sertoli-Cell-Onry syndrome, primary testicular failure, oligoacidoteratospermia. Post-testicular cause are obstruction of efferent duct because of maybe congenital cause, acquired infection or the surgical cause. Congenital was absence of vas deferens like a cystic fibrosis, Young syndrome. Acquired infection may be due to tuberculosis and gonorrhea. They are the most common. Surgical cause are herniorrhaphy and vasectomy. Others are ejaculatory failure, retrograde ejaculation, hypospadias and bladder neck surgeries. Now we see some details. In congenital cause, undescended testes is most common. The hormone secretions remain unaffected but the spermatogenesis is depressed. Carter-Jenner syndrome, it is an autosomal recessive disease. There is a loss of ciliary function and sperm motility. Hypospadias cause the failure to deposit sperm high in the vagina. Thermal factors, the scrotal temperature is raised in conditions such as varicocele. Varicocele probably interfere with a cooling mechanism or increased catecholamine concentration. Now the infection, mumps, orchitis after puberty may be permanently damage spermatogenesis. The quality of the sperm is adversely affected by chronic systemic illness like a bronchiectasis, bacterial or viral infection of the seminal vesicle or prostate depress the sperm count. The mycoplasma or chlamydia trachomatis infection is also common. Now the general factors, chronic debilitating disease, malnutrition, heavy smoking reduce the spermatogenesis. Alcohol inhibits spermatogenesis either by suppressing the leading cell synthesis of testosterone or possibly by suppressing the gonadotropin levels. Endocrine factors, testicular failure due to the gonadotropin deficiency, Kallman syndrome is rare. FSH level is raised in idiopathic testicular failure with germ cell hypoplasia, Sertoli-Cell-Onry syndrome. Hyperprolactinemia is associated with impotence. Genetic factor, common chromosomal abnormality in azoospermic male is Klinefelter syndrome, 47XXY. Gene deletion have been detected in long arm of the Y chromosome for the patient with severe oligospermia and azoospermia. Iatrogenic cause are radiation, cytotoxic drugs, nitrofurantoin, cimetidine, beta blocker, antihypertensive, anticonvulsant, antidepressant drug likely to hinder the spermatogenesis. Immunological factors, antibodies against the spermatozoal surface. Antigen may be cause the infertility, and this result in clumping of the spermatozoa after ejaculation. Now the cause of female infertility. The ovulatory dysfunction in 30 to 40% of the cases of infertility, tubal disease around 25 to 32% cases, uterine factor in 10% cases, and cervical factor in 5% cases, pelvic endometriosis in 1 to 10% of the cases. Ovarian factors, most commonly because of anovulation or oligoovulation, decreased ovarian reserve, luteal phase defect, and the luteinized unruptured follicle. Anovulation or oligoovulation. Ovarian dysfunction is likely to be linked with a disturbed hypothalamo-pituitary ovarian axis. It may be primary or secondary from the thyroid or adrenal dysfunction. Thus, it may be result anovulation with oligomenorrhea and amenorrhea. The other cause of anovulation are most common is polycystic ovarian syndrome, elderly woman with premature ovarian failure. There are also cause. As there is no ovulation, there is no corpus luteum formation. In the absence of progesterone, there is no secretory endometrium in the second half of the cycle. The other features of ovulation are also absent. Now the luteal phase defect. Inadequate growth and function of the corpus luteum, inadequate progesterone secretion. The lifespan of the corpus luteum is shortened to less than 10 days. There is inadequate secretory changes in endometrium which hinder the implantation. So, luteal phase defect is due to defective folliculogenesis, which may be due to various reasons. It may be drug-induced ovulation. It may be in drug-induced ovulation, decreased level of FSH and LH, elevated prolactin, subclinical hypothyroidism, older woman, and the pelvic endometriosis, and also in dysfunctional uterine bleeding. Now, the luteinized unruptured follicular syndrome, also called trapped ovum. The ovum is trapped inside the follicle, which get luteinized. The cause is obscure but may be associated with pelvic endometriosis or with hyperprolactinemia. The resistant ovarian syndrome, the follicle are present but the FSH receptor is either absent or resistant. Now the tubal factors. The obstruction of tube may be due to the pelvic infection. It may be peritubal adhesion, endosalpingeal damage. It causes previous tubal surgery or sterilization also the cause. Salpingitis ischemica nodosa also infection related. Tubal endometriosis, polyp or mucus debris within the tubal lumen and tubal spasm are also common cause. Now the uterine factors. Uterine hypoplasia, inadequate secretory endometrium, fibroid uterus, endometriosis, most common endometritis because of tubercular is most common. Uterine synechia and congenital malformation of uterus are the common cause. Now the cervical factors, it may be anatomical or physiological factors. Anatomical factors are anatomical defects prevent the sperm ascent by the cervix. It may be due to congenital elongation of cervix or the second degree uterine prolapse. This condition prevent the extranodous to bath in the seminal pool. Now the physiological cause, the fault lies in the composition of the cervical mucus so that the spermatozoa fail to penetrate the mucus. The mucus may be scanty following the amputation and conization or the deep cauterization of the cervix, or abnormal constitution include the excessive viscous or purulent discharge as in the chronic cervicitis. Presence of anti-sperm or the anti-sperm antibody or the sperm immobilizing antibodies also the cause. Now the vaginal factors, atresia of the vagina, partial or complete, transverse vaginal septum, septate vagina, narrow introitus causing dyspareunia, vaginitis or purulent discharge are also cause of infertility. Now the combined factor, it affect both male and female. General factors are advanced age of the wife beyond the 35 year and the old age in the male also affect the fertility. Infrequent intercourse, lack of knowledge, apereunia and dyspareunia, anxiety, apprehensions, immunological factors are also there. Now the investigations. First, male. To evaluate male infertility, first we go through by history. In history, we will see the point of age, duration of marriage, contraception use, history of previous marriage, sexual dysfunction, anosmia, general medical history, and history of sexually transmitted disease, mumps orchitis after puberty, diabetes, recurrent chest infection, bronchiectasis, and history of relevant surgery is also important, such as herniorrhaphy, operation on testes, sexual history, erectile dysfunction, social habits, heavy smoking, alcohol should be considered. Examination. Throughout physical examination to determine general state of the health of the male is needed. BMI, hair growth, gynecomastia, inspection and palpation of genitalia, testicular volume should be at least 20 ml. Presence of varicoses should be elicited in upright position. Now the investigation. Routine investigation are urine, blood examination, postprandial sugar, and the semen analysis. It should be first step in investigation because if gross abnormality detected, the couple should be counseling for the need of assisted reproductive technology. It is values of semen analysis. Volume, normal volume is 2 ml or more. Lower reference limit is 1.5 ml. pH should be 7.2 to 7.8. Viscosity less than 3. Sperm concentration 20 million per ml. Lower reference limit is 15 million per ml. Total sperm count greater than 40 million per ejaculate, and lower reference limit is 39 million per ejaculate. Motility greater than 50% progressive forward motility, whereas lower limit is progressive motility is equal to 32%. Morphology should be greater than 40% normal form, whereas the lower limit is 4%. Viability, there should be 75% or more living. Lower limit is 58%. Leukocyte less than 1 million per ml. Round cell less than 5 million per ml. Sperm agglutination less than 10% spermatozoa with adherent particles. Nomenclatures spermia, failure of the emission of semen, no ejaculate. Hypospermia, low semen volume less than 1.5 ml. Oligospermia or oligospermia, sperm count is less than 50 million per ml. Polyspermia, count more than 350 million per ml. Azoospermia, no spermatozoa in the semen. Asthenospermia, reduced sperm motility. Leukocytospermia, increased white blood cell in the semen. Necrospermia, spermatozoa are dead or the motionless. Teratospermia is greater than 70% of spermatozoa with abnormal morphology. Oligo, asteno, teratospermia, disturbance of all three variables. Now the in-depth evaluation of male. There is some advanced investigation: serum FSH, LH, testosterone, prolactin and TSH. Fructose contained in seminal fluids. Testicular biopsy can also done. Transrectal ultrasound thrust. Or karyotyping analysis also required sometimes. Immunological test and presence of plenty of pus cell. Then CS. Now the female. To evaluate female cause of infertility, we also go through first history. General medical history, surgical history, menstrual history, previous obstetric history, contraceptive practice and sexual problems. Examination. General examination also required for start for BMI. Obesity or marked reduction of weight both can cause infertility. Hirsutism, acne, acanthosis nigricans, underdevelopment of secondary sexual characters, physical features pertaining the endocrinopathies, features of polycystic ovarian syndrome and galactorrhea. These are the positive findings we can be found. Systemic examination. Throughout systemic examination needed, some positive finding maybe there is like a hypertension, organic heart disease, chronic renal disease, thyroid dysfunction and other endocrinopathies. Gynecological examination, evidence of vaginal infection should be ruled out. Cervical tear, chronic infection should be checked. Undue elongation of cervix, uterine may be there. Uterine size, position, mobility should be checked. Presence of unilateral or bilateral adnexal mass, fixed or mobile or with or without tenderness may be there. Presence of nodule in pouch of Douglas may be present. Special investigations, diagnosis of ovulation. It may be direct or indirect test, or indirect or menstrual history. Evaluation of peripheral or end organ changes. It's like a basal body temperature, cervical mucus study, vaginal cytology, hormonal estimation, serum progesterone, LH, estradiol, and urine LH, endometrial biopsy, and sonography. Direct tests are laparoscopy, and conclusive is pregnancy. Test to assess the tubal patency, dilatation and insufflation test, hysterosalpingography, saline infusion sonography, laparoscopy, chromoperturbation, and phalloscopy and salpingoscopy. Now the treatment of the infertility. First is couple instruction, assurance, body weight control, smoking and alcohol-like habits, coital problems. Male infertility, treatment of the male indicated if extreme oligospermia is there, azoospermia, low volume ejaculate, and impotency. Management is often difficult and unsatisfactory. General care, improvement of general health, reduction of weight in obese, avoidance of alcohol and smoking, medication that interfere with spermatogenesis should be avoided. Hypogonadotropic hypogonadism, HCG 5000 international unit intramuscularly once or twice a week is given to stimulate the endogenous testosterone production. HMG or pure FSH is added to HCG when there is no sperm in the ejaculate with HCG alone. Dopamine agonist, cabergoline is given in the hyperprolactinemia to restore the normal prolactin and testosterone level. This is to improve the libido, potency, and fertility. Hypogonadotropic hypogonadism, no medical treatment improve the fertility. Insemination with a donor sperm is required. Adoption, it is also choice. IVF with ICSI may be done in the cases with severe oligospermia. Clomiphene citrate 25 mg orally daily for 3 months is given. It increases serum level of FSH, LH, and testosterone. Presence of anti-sperm antibody in the male and its significance is unclear. Intrauterine insemination is the choice of treatment. Leukocytospermia, genital tract infection need a prolonged course of antibiotic. Doxycycline, erythromycin is given for a period of 4 to 6 weeks depending on the response. Retrograde ejaculation, phenylephrine is used to improve the tone of internal urethral sphincter, and processing spermatozoa can be used for IUI. Teratospermia, astenospermia, specific cause are unknown, no treatment is available, donor insemination is the options. Genetic abnormality, artificial insemination with donor sperm, it is a treatment of choice. Now the surgical treatment, obstruction of vas, corrected by microsurgery, vasoepidermostomy or the vasovasostomy. Patency is obtained in about 80% of the cases and pregnancy rate is about 50%. Surgery for varicocele is for improvement of fertility is not helpful. Hydrocele is corrected by the surgery. Orchidoplasty in undescended testes should be done between 2 to 3 years of age to have the adequate spermatogenesis in later life. Impotency, the psychosexual treatment is required. For erectile dysfunction, sildenafil 25 to 100 mg or tadalafil 10 to 20 mg. A single dose, depending upon the response, is given orally 1 hour before the sexual activity. In unresponsive cases, artificial insemination is treatment of choice. Now the female infertility treatment. Treatment modality are grouped according to a disorder identified, like ovulatory, tubal, associated disorder like endometriosis, infection, endocrinopathy, cervical, immunological factors, unexplained infertility, uterovaginal canal factors, assistant reproductive, and at last, assistant reproductive technology. First is ovulation dysfunction. Induction of the ovulation is treatment of choice. Before doing it, we will do some general measures, psychotherapy to improve the emotional causes if there are any. Reduction of weight in obesity as in PCOS cases is essential to have a good response of the drug therapy. For induction, it facilitates spontaneous ovulation. Now the drug. Drug in induction of the ovulation is clomiphene citrate, most commonly used, letrozole, then HMG, FSH, purified urinary FSH, highly purified urinary FSH, recombinant FSH, HCG, GnRH, and GnRH analog. Correction of biochemical abnormality like hyperinsulinemia, insulin resistant, metformin, which is a insulin sensitizer, we can be both. Androgen excess, dexamethasone can be used. Prolactin when prolactin is raised, bromocriptine or the cabergoline can be used. Substitution therapy like in case of hypothyroidism, thyroxine should be given. Diabetes mellitus, anti-diabetic drugs should be started. Now the luteal phase defect. Natural progesterone as a vaginal suppository is 100 mg thrice daily. Can start from the day of ovulation. Is effective. It should be continue until menses begins. If the pregnancy test is positive, it should be continue up the 10 week of pregnancy. Now the surgery. Laparoscopic ovarian drilling. This is done by the multiple puncture. 4 to 6 sites of the cyst. In the polycystic ovarian syndrome, it reduces systemic and intra-ovarian androgen level. Complications of the LOD, laparoscopic ovarian drilling, is adhesion formation and premature ovarian failure. Surgery for pituitary prolactinomas is also needed. Surgical removal of the virilizing or other functioning ovarian or adrenal tumor, uterovaginal surgery and bariatric surgery are. Tubal and peritoneal factors. Tubal factors for infertility are corrected only by the surgery, and different surgical methods are according the problem there in the place of tube. Peritubal adhesion. The correction is done by the salpingo-ovariolysis, either by the laparoscopy or by the laparotomy. Proximal tubal block. Then the salpingography under the fluoroscopy may be helpful to remove any block due to the mucous plugging. Proximal tubal cannulation with a guide wire under the hysteroscopic guidance is also done. In about 85% of the cases, tubal patency can be restored, and overall pregnancy rate of about 45 to 65% is also reported. Distal tubal block. Fimbrioplasty, fibriolysis, release of the fimbrial adhesions and or dilatation of the fimbrial pinocyst is needed. Neosalpingostomy to create a new tubular opening in the occludate tube. Mid-tubal block, a reversal of the tubal ligation. Pregnancy rate after this procedure is varies between the 50 to 80%. Uterovaginal surgery, myomectomy. Especially in the submucous fibroid, metroplasty, either removal of the septum or the unification operation may be tried. Adhesiolysis, hysteroscopic, with the insertion of the IUCD in uterine synechia is required. Enlargement of vaginal introitus, Fenton's operation, or removal of vaginal septum causing a dyspareunia result in improvement of fertility. Endometrial polyps, hysteroscopic polypectomy is required. Now some general information about the intrauterine insemination. Its indication is hostile cervical mucus, cervical stenosis, oligospermia or the astenospermia, immunological factors, male and female. Male factors, impotency or the anatomical defect, hypospadias, but the normal ejaculate can be obtained. Unexplained infertility. Artificial insemination donor indications are untreatable azoospermia, astenospermia, genetic disease, Rh negative donor insemination for the woman with Rh sensitization. In vitro fertilization and embryo transfer indications are tubal disease, unexplained infertility, endometriosis, male factor infertility, multiple factors, female and male, failed ovulation induction, ovarian failure, donor oocyte with IVF is required. Woman with a normal ovary but no functional uterus like Mullerian agenesis, woman with a genetic risk are all indication for IVF FIT. Patient selection. It is ideal. Woman age should be less than 35 years. Presence of ovarian reserve. It should be there. Serum FSH should be less than 10 international unit per liter. Husband should be normal semenogram. Couple must be screened negative for HIV and hepatitis. Normal uterine cavity as evaluated by the hysteroscopy or sonohysteroscopy. There is a principal steps of ARTs. cycle, down regulation using GnRH agonist, then control ovarian stimulation should be done, and after that monitoring of follicular growth is required, and after that oocyte retrieval is done, fertilization in vitro, IVF, ICSI, and transfer of the gametes or the embryos. Thank you.